Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. I hope you guys are ready to make it weird because it's Illinois Archery season 2018, and welcome to your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday Morning Cartoon Awesomeness. Speaking of making it weird, we now have Make It Weird TGO branded stickers available on the merch store and a Make It Weird t-shirt. I love the slogan of Make It Weird because let's face it, I'm weird. I defy classification, and I'm all about promoting acceptance within the outdoor industry and the outdoor community and the outdoor sports. Because if we accept people and we teach people that would normally be shunned by our community because they don't necessarily fit in because they're a little bit weird to you, if we accept them, teach them, and help them, then everybody is helped in the end because more people get to enjoy what we already enjoy. Also, we do have a Kill with Sticks t-shirt. Don't have an AU t-shirt yet. I don't think I can actually trademark that. But I hope you guys are going to enjoy your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday Morning Cartoon Awesomeness this week. The way things generally work in my life is that the natural order of things is chaos. It's Tex Grebner Outdoors, so ain't a damn thing gonna go right. However, I also am not a morning person, so I got to my stand just at sunrise, which is never a good thing in the early season because, quite frankly, most of the deer activity is probably already done because it's gonna be a warm day, they're not gonna be moving around a lot, and there's still food everywhere. So there's literally nothing to make the deer go where you want them to go. You can't make animals that are free range do something other than what they already want to do. And it was a beautiful, beautiful morning. So I thought to myself when I got there as the sun was coming up, I'm just going to leave my jacket in the Jeep. And no sooner was I thinking about what an awesome, beautiful time it was in the tree stand, then it just starts pissing down rain. But that's the way things work, and so I tented my cameras, preserved my high money investment, and sat for hours in the rain, not seeing jack shit. But I take a great pride in the level of suffering that I'm willing to endure not to kill a deer. Eventually, the rain stopped for the day, and it turned into the kind of day that I was hoping that it would be. So, I climbed down the muddy-ass hill to my stand that I had been hunting previously in the season, just to see if maybe they'd be moving around tonight, see if something maybe would come through the food plot, and the wind was blowing right at the hillside, away from the direction that the deer would probably be coming, so in my face, just perfect. But things don't always go your way. Things aren't going to go right. You can do absolutely everything right in life and still fall flat on your face because sometimes it just doesn't matter. Again, that's a hard truth. You can do everything right and still not have everything work out. False positivity does not change the fact that there was not a deer to be had on this property. And it didn't change the fact that I was going to be in this damn stand despite the fact that I knew that I probably wasn't going to see anything, because I was going to be in the stand in case something happened to come by.
It's really hard to not only be motivated to go out deer hunting when you're highly doubtful that you're going to see anything, but I got ADD real bad, and I'm not real good at sitting still, and when you're not expecting to see anything, well, then it makes it real difficult to actually apply yourself to sitting still and being a good hunter. So I sat still pretty much all day. Now it rained off and on, but not bad enough that I had to cover up my cameras. And the mosquitoes were pretty bad because, it was a nice, misty, rainy fall day. Of course, naturally, I got to fidgeting, and the wind was in my face, and I figured they'd just picked the cornfield across the property line, so that's where the deer are going to be. Probably nothing going to be coming my way. So naturally, gets to be just about dark. I stand up, and here's deer wheezing behind me. I'm a very primal person, and I call hunting a visceral mystery because visceral is basically a gut feeling. So it's something that you feel in your guts, but you don't completely understand. So that's my definition of hunting as a visceral mystery. Now, speaking of being primal, I used to wear face paint. Now, it was too much of a pain in the ass to put on, too much of a pain in the ass to take off, and people used to leave me comments about how stupid it looked wearing face paint if I was wearing a sleeveless shirt or, short sleeves. Of course, after I finally got tired of dicking around with the face paint, then people informed me about, oh, you need to wear a head net. Your face sticks out. You should wear face paint. For years, people told me how stupid my face paint looked, and then I finally just got tired of putting the shit on. Speaking of primal, I'm just gonna be a dick here and say that it annoys me to no end sometimes when I hear compound bow hunters talk about how primal bow hunting actually can be as far as how primitive what you're doing is. Keep in mind, I'm hunting with a modern laminated recurve. I'm using carbon arrows and steel arrowheads. That's what it is. I'm not pretending like I'm out here with a self bow, and while I have hunted hogs with a spear unsuccessfully, spear hunting and atlatl hunting, that's another rung higher on the ladder of awesomeness above what I do during my deer seasons. But with compound bows, it's like, well, I get that you're trying to make yourself feel cool, and it's cool what you're doing, but I just don't really follow the whole, I killed this elk with a stick and a string and blah, blah, blah. No. You killed that elk with something out of the damn Twilight Zone. It would look like alien technology if you showed that to an uncontacted tribe. So what you're doing is special in your own way. You want primal, pick up a traditional bow, and then you've kind of got a leg to stand on. But I also don't want to sound like I'm anti-compound bow hunter. Whatever you want to do, that's cool. Go for it. Be good at it. But for me, trad life. It is very unpopular in this day and age to actually admit to hunting for sport. It is more palatable to try and church it up with some I'm filling my freezer feeding my family kind of bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that I don't care about the meat. And if you live out west, it is possible for you to eat elk all year round. I'm a whitetail hunter, generally speaking. Whitetail, if you live east of the Mississippi, is a holiday dish. You are not eating whitetail all year round, for the most part. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter dinner. That is what whitetail is for. I'm not going to church it up and say that I'm filling my freezer, especially because it would be an all-out lie because I'm a traditional bow hunter. And there's a hell of a lot more easy ways of killing deer if I wanted to, quote, fill the freezer. So I hunt purely and utterly for sport. I respect the animal. I eat the animal. I responsibly utilize the animal. But I also am honest about the fact why I'm out here
is for thrill of the chase and a connection to the more savage side of my humanity. And like I say, mostly you're not filling a freezer with whitetail. But I do have friends with TV shows that get to hunt multiple states, and it is feasible for them to actually eat whitetail all year round. And if you do live out west and you get to hunt elk, then it is feasible for you to actually be able to eat elk all year round. But this is an unpopular opinion, and I'm honest. You don't have to church it up and act like you're ashamed of the fact that you killed the animal. Because if you didn't like what you were doing, you sure as hell wouldn't be out there as much as you are. It's okay to admit that you enjoyed yourself, because there is an element of thrill in holding death in the palms of your hand. And a lot of people are reluctant to admit it because it is so unpalatable to the general population.
The kill is an anticlimax because it means the chase has come to an end. As I said, I hunt for sport. But in order to hunt for sport, that operates on the idea that the animal has a sporting chance against you. And quite frankly, the animals basically have all the advantages against me because I'm hunting fair chase, free-range whitetail. I'm not allowed to bait in Illinois. I'm not allowed to use salt mineral. Sure, I have a food plot out, but it's agriculture country. I don't have a whole bunch of faith in food plots. So pretty much I'm dealing with the randomness of whitetail behavior. And I'm hunting with a traditional recurve. I'm trying to film my endeavors. And I also have only one way into all my stands, no matter what the wind direction is, because of property lines and land access issues. As you can tell, it's a super windy day. And speaking of thrill of the chase, it rained all morning, so I had time to do my workout before I headed to the stand. Of course, I came down that muddy-ass hill, crossed the creek, and ran into a deer right under this stand that immediately busted me. And so, the chase goes on.
I tend to hunt out of obsession, and I'm able to hunt more days out of the year than a lot of people. The trouble is that makes the newness and the excitement wear off of a season because I go out mechanically to my stands, whether I actually want to or not, because I'm afraid that if I don't go hunting, that I'll have missed an opportunity. So I managed to haul my ass out of bed before dawn and get my cameras set up right at first light. And you know, I spend so much time watching, waiting, and listening, and hoping and praying and scheming, that I tend to almost have a fear of success, because it is so rare that I actually have a deer under my stand in front of me that I don't hardly even know how I would react. Funnily enough, no sooner am I having these thoughts and getting ready to pack up than out of the corner of my eye, I see a deer doing exactly what I want it to do, coming across the creek and entering my food plot. I get camera number 1 on, I turn on my bow camera, and the deer is broadside at 15 yards. And I realize that I haven't turned on camera number 2. So I reach back, turn on camera number 2, and naturally, the deer just walks away. Well, that was a rush. Things almost went completely right today. Of course, you can basically count on, being Tex Grebner Outdoors, that something's bound to go wrong. Good news is, that's proof of concept right there for this stand. So, getting closer zeroing in on breaking the whitetail curse, and holy shit was that exciting. Hunting on film is a completely different animal.
Spoiler alert, I don't know what you were expecting, but this is still Tex Grebner Outdoors. And you can count on one thing with Tex Grebner Outdoors. Just ask my producer that even if almost everything goes right, something's going to go wrong. So, for those of you that threw your viewing device across the room when I didn't snap shoot that deer because the other camera wasn't rolling, you got to understand that when you live and hunt on film, the camera is God, okay? That is the most important part of what you're doing. And if you're not okay with that, then don't take a camera in the woods. Because if you don't film it and you get the shot, you're just going to regret it. Life ain't like the pornos, and hunting ain't like the TV shows. Now, we haven't got that quote on a t-shirt disc yet, but I've got a feeling based on the overwhelming demand for that quote on a t-shirt that we're going to be doing that pretty soon. Of course, it's kind of funny that I'm famous for that quote, amongst others, but over the past year, I've made friends with several people within the outdoor industry that do have TV shows. Shout out to Booger Bottom and the Bone Collector crew and Backwoods Life TV. But it's impossible to depict realistic hunting in a television format. The ad sponsorships are not going to put up with failed hunts, and the viewership would decline rapidly. Look at my channel. But they do what they do, and I do what I do. And what I do is within my means to do it, and that is to bring you the reality of an Illinois archery season, exactly how it happens, and document the thrill of the chase and my slow descent into madness. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. Thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.